All right, stopping at 25. We're going to do a really simple drill, more than an exercise, but it has some multiple benefits. All you need is a wall and to be kneeling. So if you need something for under the knee for padding, go ahead and grab something, and I'll give you a easier option, or if you don't have the ability to get down on the knee for whatever reason. So all we're doing is the knee drives to the wall. This is for your ankle mobility, but it has some good benefits for alignment throughout the hip as well, should you need it. So you'll get in front of the wall, facing the wall. You'll take your fist as a rough estimate of how far you want your toe to be in front of that wall. Okay, so roughly mark that spot, and you'll pick a leg, put the toe right up against that line. You'll have about a 90-90 position to start, and you want both knees tracking that front toe straight ahead. Okay, all we're doing here is focusing on how far we could drive that knee straight ahead, tracking your second and middle toe, and you could place your hand on the wall for support or not. So what we're trying to do is to drive that knee as close to that wall as possible without the heel popping off. So focus on two things: heel staying on the floor and the knee driving forward, tracking that second and middle toe, meaning you're not rotating your knee out to the side or to the inside. Okay, so straight through. Now, that fist width is a good estimate of where we want our minimum ankle mobility to be, meaning our ankle being able to dorsiflex and glide over the front top of that foot without that heel popping off. Okay, so here, being really intentional and pressing into driving that knee into that wall is it. Now, you might start feeling doing 25 reps. So beyond the assessment, continuing with that drive, this becomes then more of a drill, and you might feel the front of your thighs start to burn. You should also feel that your hips are basically, you have no choice here but to have the hips straight forward as you drive that knee, so keeping the hips square. So you get an idea, this is the bonus, so you get an idea of what it feels like to have your hips absolutely square. Okay, now if you check, before you crank out the reps, if you check the other side, it's very likely that one side will be different, whether it's in your actual ankle mobility or how it feels in the alignment. Okay, so you might find that you feel it harder to keep that alignment, knee alignment, tracking over your second and middle toe. Okay, it could be that your actual mobility is very different. Okay, so if you want to do that test first between the left and right side, you can split the 25 reps into say like 15 and 10, so you get extra on the more problematic side, or you could just do 25 reps for a nice little mobility drill. All right, so if you can't get down on the knee, you could do this standing up. Okay, sorry about that crashing noise, it's the cats, of course. You could do this standing up, same idea. Now you should have actually your both toes visible to be tracking straight ahead. Okay, so point the toes straight ahead. You could place your hand against that wall and you would do the same thing. Okay, so find that toe position and work from there. Of course, if you have a lot of ankle mobility, then you would step the toes back. Okay, trying to get to that wall, keeping that heel down. The downside of doing it standing up is that you now have the opportunity to cheat through your hips opening up like so and kind of twisting to get into that wall. So try not to do that. Try to keep that pelvis square, your bony parts of the pelvis shooting straight forward, okay? So you may have to tighten your glute, your back glute a little bit more in order to keep that alignment, okay? So remember, the knee is the driver, ankle is the part that needs to give, okay? And your hips need to allow that alignment, all right? So this is a great example of where an assessment can double up as a drill, and then this is something that you can throw in before and after a workout or as a stand-alone. All right, so give it a try, test your ankle mobility. If you find that you have very little mobility through the ankles, most likely we need to stretch out your calves.